Good morning, Vietnam! Hey, this is not a test, this is live news! Welcome back, everybody, to the Weekly Wanker. I'm your host, Potato, and I've got some very interesting stories for you today. Alright, so, first up, this is a story about a man who was murdered in Queens, New Jersey. His name was Jaquan Campbell, however you're supposed to say that, and he was 25 years old. So he was in a strip club in Queens with his girlfriend and about 15 other people celebrating a birthday. While there, he started to feel a little strange. He wasn't quite sure what was going to happen, but he had a feeling that something just wasn't right. So him and his girlfriend decided to go, okay, we'll go home, instead of staying here where Jaquan didn't feel exactly right. The couple hopped into his girlfriend's black 2017 Lexus and started to drive home. As he's leaving the club, or as they are leaving the club, they were pursued by a black BMW SUV. It followed him for quite a while before it started to ram the Lexus and then opened fire with a Mac 10 machine pistol and another 9mm pistol. Campbell, after having this happen, pulled over into a car park to assess the damage to his vehicle, and after stepping out, had the black SUV pull up and 4 men in balaclavas jumped out and gunned him down with the Mac 10. 2 women who were in a white BMW, who were behind Campbell's Lexus on the motorway, were also caught in the crossfire. They left the scene with a BMW covered in bullet holes, but neither were hurt, thankfully. So yeah, I find this story interesting because it's kind of evidence of humans' sixth sense-ish, where if something's not right, you can kind of tell that it's not right. And I know not all people would believe this, but I am actually a firm believer in if something not good is going to happen, you do feel it. So yeah, this is another piece of evidence where you can feel something and then that something comes true, whether for better or for worse. I guess it was good that he knew that that something bad was going to happen, and he left to kind of prevent more people from getting hurt. Say if they'd attacked him in the club, there could have been more bystanders who were hurt. Mr. Campbell was he's previously been in prison twice for burglary both times, and it is possible that this story is connected with those 2 convictions. Alright, so yeah, on to the next story. That's the one. Okay, so my next story is about that teacher in Ohio, 32-year-old Laura Busey, who was a home economics teacher at a high school in Ohio. She has been placed on administrative leave following her arrest after admitting to having sex with a 17-year-old student of hers in the classroom pantry. The reason that she got into this relationship, according to her, is that the student both, and I quote, looks and acts just like her ex-husband. This relationship started when Lucy was in a stressful point in her life. She was taking care of her 3 kids, working in the school and attending college all at the same time. Not only did she admit to having sex with the 17-year-old boy, she also had sent photos and videos to him on Snapchat, both before and after the affair, I guess. She also admitted to buying him weed and juice for his vape, which it's not really on the same level as having sex with a student. But the student denies none of it. He said, I quote, Busey came up from behind me and started kissing me at the party. I'm not sure what that party was. I wasn't able to find out about that. But she's pleaded not guilty and has posted the 50 grand bail. This is another thing where it's teachers and students are in kind of a weird place where they spend a lot of time together but aren't allowed to do anything together outside of school. And well, I suppose you could argue that this wasn't something outside of school. It's nearly worse that it was inside school. Yeah, it's interesting to see things like this happening in the world, because it does happen more than you'd think, and it doesn't get what you call it. English is hard, and I'm not smart. Yeah, it happens quite a lot, more so than you'd think. And sorry, I forgot to change the title and everything because I'm stupid. Weekly Wanker. Yes, this does happen a lot, and it shouldn't happen a lot, but it does. And I think this is it's weird because you have, as I said, people staying with each other and knowing each other for a long time, but they're not allowed really be friends or anything outside of school because of the teacher-student relationship. And I feel like that's the right thing to have happen, but also like you can't really be surprised that this kind of thing happens. Yeah. That is the end of that story, I think. I really, really need to get more stories. I'm halfway through and I'm only less than 10 minutes in. But I had kind of planned on being not just myself here. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm alone here, and anybody who's going to be watching on the VOD can probably tell that from the way that I'm not talking to the chat, because there is no chat, and there should be a chat, and I should probably share this, actually. That would have been smarter. Yeah. So yeah, I'm alone here, and I shouldn't be, and I've said that too many times, but also I'm stupid and forget things. So, on to the third story then. This is the earthquake and tsunami in Indonesia. The latest death toll of this event is quite a bit over 1,400 people. And that number is likely to still be rising. Not only is the destruction that the earthquake and tsunami have caused, it's not only massive, but it's also set off I got lost in script. It has also set off a volcano on the other end of the very same island that the earthquake hit the worst. Survivors of the events are slowly but surely getting aid. There many international organizations have stepped in to try and help them out. and a lot of people are getting help, but at the same time, uh, people are still without food and water in quite a large part of the country, or the island at least. Uh, so yeah, there, yeah, shelter as well is another thing because of the destruction of the earthquake. There's nowhere really to stay, and they are getting help. There is helicopter crews and everything coming in to help people who are in need of help. But this is quite a dark story, so I'd like to end this one on a bit of a lighter note. A team of French rescuers under a collapsed hotel in the city of Palu. That's how you say that. They have found somebody still alive. The organisation, which is called Pompiers de l'Urgence, which I probably butchered, but they detected evidence of the presence of a victim buried deep in the rubble of the 4-star Mercure Hotel in the city of Palu. They don't know if the person is conscious or not, but by early tomorrow they should have the equipment necessary to drill down and extract him from the ruin. My fourth and final story today is a bit of a tech horror story, hailing us from the land of the Kiwis, good old New Zealand. So, travellers into New Zealand can now be fined up to 5,000 New Zealand dollars, which is the equivalent of about 3,250 or 3,250 US dollars if they refuse to unlock their phones or laptops. Not only does this law, which came into effect on the 1st of October, give customs officials the right to look through your devices and completely annihilate any hopes of privacy you may have, it also gives them the option to copy your files for themselves at their own leisure. As many people nowadays live vicariously through their phone or their laptop, this is a massive problem. Without any way to challenge this order to unlock your phone or laptop, it's not only a huge breach of privacy, but also a colossal violation of the trust that people place in this kinds of organisation. It's not only overbearing, it's also completely useless. Absolutely useless. If you wanted to if you wanted to smuggle data that is sensitive, that would get you caught at the border by customs, you can just upload it to the cloud. You can take Google Drive or OneDrive or Dropbox or whatever. Just put the file on there, wipe your phone, there's no trace. When you land, all you gotta do is get on Wi-Fi and download the file. There you go, you have it again. Okay, so this gives me a good idea of I need 4 times this amount of story to fill the full hour. But seeing as nobody showed up, I guess this is going to be the end. Yeah, well, thanks, I guess, anybody watching this on the VOD. I had fun writing the script, I guess. I guess I'll see you next week for the thing. Right, bye.